Friends, 2020 has been one of the hardest years we've ever faced as a province. An economic crisis, a global pandemic, and a government no one can count on to do quite the right thing. These challenges are formidable, and I know you're feeling the stress. You're worried about your job, and you're worried about putting food on the table for your family. You're worried about your parents in continuing care, about your kids falling behind in school, about the car insurance bill that just keeps going up, and about your own health and safety. I know you're frustrated, you're exhausted, and most of all, you want to know that this will end. You want to know that better days are ahead. I do too. I want Alberta to be better because I know you deserve better. If our province is going to come through these challenges to find ourselves surrounded by new signs of hope and determination, it's going to take real leadership. Today, Albertans are re-examining what leadership means to all of us. In times of crisis, things like trust, accountability, transparency, and integrity are more important than ever. You deserve to see those values reflected in your government. Because leadership is not about pitting the economy against our health. It's about both. And it's not about attacking people and dividing them. It's about bringing them together. Here are the things we need in 2021. First, a stronger public health care system. Even after we bend the curve and begin to administer vaccines against COVID-19, the pent-up demand for health services will still be there. There are thousands of Albertans who've been forced to wait for necessary and life-changing surgeries and procedures. Demand will be immense. Healthcare workers who've been working double shifts since the start of this pandemic will still be asked to keep giving everything they have. So now is not the time for these continued fights with doctors, nurses. It's not the time for firing 11,000 frontline healthcare staff, and it's not the time to bring in more American-style private healthcare. The UCP's plan is to make healthcare worse at a time when we need it most, and we cannot let it happen. Second, we need stronger public education. Our kids have just gone through the most stressful school year of their lives, and the impact on their education is yet to really be measured or felt. It will take real support and effort to help those who have fallen behind and more, help make sure no child at all falls through the cracks. Now, the UCP's fired teachers, they've fired educational assistants, and they've fired staff who support children with disabilities. More than that, they've cut and raided funding from our post-secondary institutions, chasing our future entrepreneurs, scientists, healthcare workers, and community leaders out of our province. It's high time we stopped giving massive breaks to CEOs and shareholders to spend in other jurisdictions, and we started investing in our children and young people who represent the very future we're trying to build. Third, we must take better care of seniors in Alberta. The greatest tragedy of this pandemic has been the loss of life and continuing care and the truly shameful levels of care in many of these homes. Staff are doing all they can, but a shortage of resources and support has had devastating consequences that we all must come to terms with. More than loneliness and isolation, families are telling me that their grandparents aren't getting the help they need to live the quality of life they deserve. These are the Albertans who built this province, and they just deserve better. Ontario and Quebec are promising to revolutionize care standards to support seniors, but in Alberta, well, so far, the UCP's plan is for more private for-profit homes, lower quality of care, and higher fees for families. This is not what Albertans want for their parents or for themselves. Lastly, we need a real plan to diversify and grow our economy. One that leads the way in hydrogen production, post-secondary research innovation, agri-tech, rural broadband connectivity, renewable energy, small business development, and so much more. Our energy industry is changing because the world is changing. The biggest players on the globe are merging and restructuring. The jobs lost are scary. And that's why we need to set our energy industry on a stronger path, one that's surrounded by growth and expansion to new industries, and one that leads the world on responsible energy development. Our plan for Alberta's future is built on our shared principles: good jobs for Albertans, real diversification, equality and inclusion, strong public services, and a rejection of any race to the bottom. Austerity is not a plan for economic recovery. We must build an economy where everyone prospers, everyone does their fair share, everyone plays by the same rules, and no one is left behind. I invite you all to be part of that effort by visiting albertasfuture.ca. Friends, we will get through these challenging times with the determination, the resilience, and the grit Albertans are known for. But to do that, you need leadership that has your back, that shows responsibility, and that takes action when it matters. So in 2021, demand it. Together, we can all build a better province. Don't let them tell you it can't be done.